Dr. Neelima Reddy is a gastroenterologist in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She received her medical degree from Gandhi Medical College in India and has been in practice more than 10 years. She graduated in internal medicine and gastroenterology from the University of Alabama in Birmingham. She is a fellow of the American College of Gastroenterology. Dr. Reddy currently serves on the Colorectal Multidisciplinary Care Team, or the MDC, at Mary Bird Perkins Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. She is involved with the organization of the Get Your Rear in the Gear Colon Cancer Awareness 5K in Baton Rouge. She has been the director of the EKAM USA chapter since 2016 and it is a huge part of the EKAM Foundation team. Now let us welcome Dr. Neelima Reddy to deliver her keynote.
Thank you for that introduction. I'm so glad all of you have joined this presentation that we are doing for EKAM, none of which could have been possible without all of your support, the volunteers and the donors, everyone that has been involved with EKAM right from the beginning, thanks to Dr. Sai Lakshmi and her connections. So I would like to take to the EKAM USA presentation. And you know, I'm a doctor when you see some glitches happening probably with the EKAM USA presentation. Here you go. So we started in 2016 to support the work that's being done by EKAM Foundation in India. The three of our board members, of course, myself and Aruna Vatsavai from Baton Rouge, who is our finance director, and Shilpa Pupala is our PR and media director. And Dr. Shilpa is in California and has been actively involved with this, with the taking over and running of the EKAM from day to day. So of course, EKAM USA was started so that our mission statement being no child should be refused healthcare because of financial constraints, and no parent or doctor should ever feel that they cannot give the necessary treatment because there is money is not available. As Dr. Sai says, she did not become a pediatrician to be able to save children if they have money and not save them if they don't have money. That is obviously not what we went to school for, to train to save lives, and that's how EKAM came into existence. So we started in 2016 and we have grown exponentially since then, with right now 20 active chapters across USA, more than 350 EKAM youth ambassadors who are the core of EKAM. And each chapter in USA has adopted a district in Tamil Nadu to understand the working of EKAM firsthand. This shows the spread of all the EKAM USA chapters in different cities that have been started by volunteers and generous people that want to do more work and are being coordinated by the local chapter coordinators who take so much effort and time in taking care of these activities. And this shows each chapter in USA and the district that it has adopted in India and the chapter coordinators. And we'll see some of these activities that have been done. We primarily focus on volunteering and service activities to be done locally. And our goal is to keep the youth ambassadors engaged, and as well as the fundraising activities, which are for the core of EKAM's work that is being done in India. And we'll see some of these impactful projects which were done locally, globally, and of course now with COVID, virtually. So now I give it to Anya, who is in charge of our Global Youth Ambassador Program. And she has done a lot to serve this, to spread the message of EKAM across the world.
Thank you, Dr. Neelima. Namaste and howdy everyone from Dallas, Texas. Good morning or good evening based on where you joined us today. This is RJ Anya Huja. As Dr. Neelima and Samir said, I am a 13-year-old radio jockey, blogger, and writer. I do a weekly show called The Youth Spotlight with Anya in a Dallas-based radio station called Radio Caravan every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. All the details of that can be found on my Instagram page at RJ Anya Huja. First, I want to start off by saying that I couldn't be more honored to be invited to speak on the first ever EKAM Global webinar, and I'm also extremely honored to be a part of the EKAM Foundation. I've had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Sai and Dr. Neelima in person, and their selflessness, compassion, and just good intent for the ACOM Foundation is truly inspiring to, I think, everybody, and it was inspiring to me from day one. I've used the resource that I have through my radio show to spread the word about ACOM. I've helped initiate to take different ACOM youth ambassadors from different regions on air with me to throw light on what they're doing and interview them. And that's spreading awareness of this foundation through radio. And of course, this needed some legwork of getting the approvals and a lot of coordinations. And I also have a podcast for my radio show. And since I have that sort of experience, the idea to have a podcast for the ACOM Foundation, Dr. Neelam Reddy and Dr. Sai both approved it. And now we have a podcast dedicated to ACOM. We already have 5 episodes out. It's free and an easy search. Just search ACOM Foundation on Spotify, iTunes, and Spreaker. And we're announcing it here for the first time, so I'm super excited. And it also got added to several other podcast platforms that we've submitted for approvals. Those are Podcaster and Podcast Addict. With a simple search of ACOM Foundation, y'all can listen to all of our uploaded episodes. Our latest podcast episode is with the EYAs from the University of Texas at Dallas, or UTD, and y'all should check it out to meet the executive team of the ACOM UTD chapter, led by Reshma, Ananya, Charu, Christy, Devi, and Anjali. They were amazing girls to interview, and they're doing a lot of good work for the ACOM Foundation in that university. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Reshma for coordinating this event, this podcast, and Dr. Shilpa from California for all the guidance and making all of these episodes possible. Some other upcoming things that we're working on are that Amazon has recently launched a podcast platform called Amazon Music Podcast, and we're trying to get the ACOM podcast there as well. There are several other podcast platforms such as iHeartRadio, JioSaavn, and Deezer that we're working on to get our podcast hosted there. And we've submitted the request and sent all that is needed. All we're doing is waiting on approval. Here, basically, our goal for the podcast is that whatever source you listen to when it comes to podcasts, ACOM should definitely have a presence there. Our next podcast episode will be on PPE production and distribution work by the Boston ACOM Youth Ambassadors, or EYAs. Also, YouTube is another option that we could do if we ever wanted ACOM episodes to be in a video form. I've really never done anything in terms of YouTube as showing my face on the internet was something that we wanted to avoid as I was younger. But now during quarantine, since I've had a lot of time on my hands, I've tried doing a few YouTube videos to reach out to other kids in that platform because a lot of kids use it. I want to make sure they stay active and stay curious and stay connected through my show. And I am doing a YouTube video with an Indian singer for my radio show. And so we could just test out my YouTube presence from there. And then I'll start a YouTube for ACOM as well. So please let me know if you have any questions, or feel free to reach out to me at any time through Instagram at RJ Anya Ahuja. I want once again to thank all of you guys for the opportunity for letting me speak. And thank you so much. Back to you, Dr. Nima.
Thank you, Anya, and you can check it out, of course, on her podcast. But now we will move on to the main EKAM USA presentation, which is really want to make you aware of all the activities that have been done by our EKAM Youth
Over the past year, the Indianapolis chapter has done various volunteer projects, such as combating hunger relief.
We also raised $2,500 via Caring Card Project. This helped support a school in Madurai, India. With this money, the school got some basic needs such as a TV, a copier, a printer, and a reverse osmosis water system. During our trip to India 2019 December, we visited the school. We were very eager and excited to visit the school, and the principal, teachers, and students were equally as excited. The principal proudly showed us the infrastructure we helped them acquire. He also emphasized how this has helped improve the quality of education and the clean water for the students. We were very happy to see the impact EKAM has on this school. We are proud to be EKAM Youth Ambassadors.
These are some other activities that were done by Indianapolis locally to serve their community, and by Charlotte, including some of these.
I'm Saket Agava from the South Jersey EKAM chapter. Our chapter helped the Kanchipuram district in Tamil Nadu. We did a shoe drive, and many people donated shoes that were not used in their household, and it is very helpful for people to have shoes. It protects the feet and is pretty much a necessity, and many people in India don't have it. And along with that, we donated needed supplies for school, such as notebooks, and that was all donated to the Kanchipuram district, and it was all used and gratefully appreciated.
These cards were made for the disabled adults.
The COVID-19 pandemic especially impacted schools. Our team created a campaign to donate money to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system so that it could provide hotspots and Chromebooks for its students to continue learning virtually next school year. The money collected from our art and writing contest participants was matched by Johnson & Johnson to help us reach our goal of $800.
So these are but some of the efforts that were done, especially during COVID relief. We did even more activities to help the local communities.
Donated 6 large trays of freshly prepared food to be packaged as meals and distributed. The meals were meant to serve 70 members of the local homeless population. In total, 15 families donated 24 trays of food over a period of 4 weeks.
So these are the different chapters, Boston, South Jersey, that did support their local food banks. All of our chapters did similar activities.
We just want to thank you so much for all you've done for the New Orleans mission. We could not do it without you. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
I just want to thank you from me, myself, and all the ladies here at Blue Haven. We love you and we appreciate you for donating. I want to say thank you. Thank you for donating.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about a fun project we did in EKAM, Arkansas. We made corona prevention kits to raise awareness for pandemic control. Each kit consisted of the following items: 3 ounces of hand sanitizer, homemade masks, an information card about hand washing, social distancing, and wearing a...
My name is Koshi and I'm a 9th grader. My brother and I helped make COVID prevention kits, which included hand sanitizers, hand washing information, and some homemade masks.
Our Atlantic City mission was in need of personal hygiene supplies. We spread the word in our community about this urgent need, and we were able to collect a lot of supplies. There was an overwhelming response from the community, and I thank everyone for the support.
as you can see, there were a variety of activities done both for food donation as well as community support in terms of PPE. AKAM Boston overdid themselves by donating tons of PPE that they made themselves. And we have a special project for the community hospital in New Jersey, where Harris Sharif has raised $10,000 along with his family and donated to the local hospital, along with support from the Caring Crowd employees supporting this project as well.
Hello. My family and I have decided to create a GoFundMe to help Overlook Hospital in Summit, New Jersey. All funds were donated to the hospital and were used to procure PPE, which is personal protective equipment like gloves, masks, scrubs, etc.
And a special project was done by AKAM along with Charlotte. This is Charlotte.
PPE, which is
Charlotte Amel is a Johnson & Johnson employee who took it upon himself to connect and provide the necessary support to 2 hospitals in Connecticut. And we were able to do a fundraising partnership with AKAM and provide much needed support during COVID for this 2 hospitals in Bridgeport. Sorry for the glitch. I'm trying to get you Charlotte's information. So that's why I say you can't have all doctors in the community for AKAM. You know, we need some IT support. So we definitely could use some volunteers to help us with this for the now and for future as well. So that is a nice shout out for all of you to come help us.
Staff at Bridgeport Hospital and St. Vincent's Medical Center were able to receive some support that they would have never received without the AKAM partnership. So I thank you very, very much.
So we thank Caring Crowd and Johnson & Johnson because we were able to do a project to fundraise for Perry Place in Dallas, which provides healthcare for children without insurance, as we want to provide the same cause of AKAM that we do in India, also to be done for local communities in USA. And this was almost completely funded by the Caring Crowd and Johnson & Johnson employees that contributed to this project. So we are thankful to them. And now you can see the variety of talent that our youth ambassadors have put into fundraising for these AKAM activities.
I never would have thought that our time would lead to such a meaningful impact and experience.
Our first fundraiser was the Durga Puja, which was led by Swaha and Radhika. We loved interacting with and educating our local community on AKAM. Our second fundraiser was at the Texas Indo-Physician Society, which was led by Ashwin, where we were given stage time to communicate with physicians about our volunteer efforts.
Our third fundraiser was with Kendra Scott, a well-known jewelry store in Austin, Texas. We served samosas and chais to customers and invited our friends to shop, and a percentage of the proceeds were donated to AKAM.
Through the pandemic, we've been focusing on innovative ways that we can make an impact in our community, starting a letter drive for a nearby nursing home to help seniors stay connected, and creating COVID care packages with masks, hand sanitizer, food, and water, and distributed it to homeless shelters in Austin. We want to thank Johnson & Johnson for matching our relief fund through Caring Crowd.
So these are all the different activities done by them, and AKAM Bay Area was also very unique.
Hello everybody, my name is Amrita Guha and I will be your English instructor for AKAM's 4-week tutoring course.
Yay! Also, I have another flower. This one's really pretty.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a bunch of stuff.
They've tutored kids all through summer, put in countless hours to do different topics and help the children during the COVID pandemic.
Make a variable.
25 yet. So first is 15.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 15. Then it wouldn't be 20 because 20 is an even number. So let's skip that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back a little bit just to set
So
where
they
we
had
are
different
in
topics,
terms of
including
the
MIT
game.
app
So
development, Math Olympiad, art contest, science, Spanish, all kinds of things for all different grades of children, all while fundraising for their EKAM activities.
Covering what a star's lifespan is. Okay, so a star is actually born in a nebula. In the nebula, the gases actually shift, causing the gas to collapse within itself.
Okay, so today we're going to learn about multiplying fractions. And multiplying fractions is actually way easier than adding or subtracting fractions.
And as you can probably see, I have a bunch of introduction with all of these components in there, and these are actually really cool things.
Hola, me llamo Anika. I attended Charlie's Spanish classes this summer and I really liked them.
So this is how they supported their local communities and also used the funds to support the Bay Area food banks, in addition to sending funds to their district, Tanjore in India, and providing PPE as well as grocery donation in their adopted district in Tanjore. And we have some unique projects that the youth ambassadors have come up with.
Here in Arkansas, our project, Senior Sweets, serve to help nursing home residents by providing homemade snacks and treats, high in protein, nutrients, and calories.
We were able to coordinate between 20 home bakers to create a baking schedule, with each baker baking over 40 individual servings each day of their treat of choice.
From Nutella cookies to homemade donuts to avocado fudge brownies, our home bakers were incredibly creative in coming up with dessert ideas that both fit our nutritional standards and were extremely tasty.
Many nursing home residents were excited each day for what treats were going to be given, and most were even able to finish their serving. Thank all of our home bakers and volunteers for making this project a huge success, and especially EKAM USA for giving us this amazing opportunity to help out our local community.
Hi, my name is Anya Rao and I'm 13 years old. I've been a member of EKAM Arkansas since May 2020. On July 1st, I started a baking project to help raise funds for EKAM Arkansas. I baked a variety of goods including truffles, cakes, and macarons. Through this project, I have accumulated over 100 volunteer hours and raised over $500. Thank you to EKAM Arkansas for giving me this opportunity. Here in Arkansas.
So look out for this holiday music video coming from EKAM Arkansas, from EKAM Bay Area with a talented musical EYA. We've done several workshops for the kids to help them in their careers. And we are doing a MediClown program and breast cancer ambassador program. This is to help kids be trained as a medical clown and be able to provide an environment of happiness to patients and kids. And this has already been implemented in India, and we're working on a project to train our youth ambassadors in USA to do this as well. And we are thankful to our college clubs, which is EKAM UT Dallas, EKAM LSU, and EKAM University of Washington. And these guys have been doing well. Now, all of these efforts, what have they done with these youth ambassadors is they have raised more than $52,000 for COVID relief efforts for food banks and homeless shelters and providing PPE in the USA. When COVID started, we were concerned if people would donate, but people have come out generously with warm hearts and have given more than usual, and have given about $72,000 that we were able to send for the COVID relief projects in India. At least $44,000 were also given for mother and child health in India, which is the core work of EKAM. We have tried to target the elderly, homeless, all the needy populations, and EKAM Foundation itself has given $1.2 million worth of PPE and medical equipment to 6 states in India. Now you want to see why you want to become a EKAM Youth Ambassador.
The EKAM Foundation is an organization that works towards providing quality healthcare to needy children and mothers in India, and thereby contribute to a reduction in infant, childhood, adolescent, and maternal mortality rates. The EKAM Foundation, its vision, and each of its activities and programs can be described using just 4 words: oneness, truth, compassion, and self-obsolescence.
EKAM is an organization that is driven to help women and children's health in India. The reason I want to be involved with EKAM is because I can explore better volunteering opportunities and it'll be better for our society.
And its purpose, which is to help children and mothers in need of health care. The fact that there were less privileged people than me motivated me to become a youth volunteer, join EKAM to help people in need.
I'm Shruti Ramanini, an EKAM Youth Ambassador from Pittsburgh. We use a site called Caring Crowd, which is an online crowdfunding platform. It helps turn caring into action. This site, made by company Johnson & Johnson, has the tools and resources to attract new donors. We have utilized this platform to create various projects.
Along with the satisfaction of helping many others, EKAM can also give many volunteer hours. These volunteer hours can contribute to earning many things such as the Presidential Award. Hours in Journeys is very helpful for many EKAM projects.
I love being an EKAM Youth Ambassador. Are you interested in becoming an EKAM Youth Ambassador? Website. After you register to become an EKAM Youth Ambassador, you and your parents will get all the information you need.
Hi, I'm Divya Tirumala from Pittsburgh. To get more information about EKAM, go to ekamusa.org.
So now you'll see all the projects that the funds the kids have raised, how they've been used, and to each of their adopted districts. This is an example of a summary of the activities that were done in India by these funds raised by the kids.
EKAM Pittsburgh has adopted Villapuram district in Tamil Nadu. So far, our team has raised $4,000 and helped to build 2 bathrooms in Salukai High School to improve sanitation. We have also raised funds to educate young girls on menstrual health and also supported health screening in our adopted district.
During the course of this year, we have collected funds from activities coordinated by Chinmaya Mission Pittsburgh for the purchase of a ventilator in Villapuram Government Hospital in Tamil Nadu. This was timely during this COVID-19 pandemic.
I'm passionate about women's basic needs, so I recently created a Caring Crowd to supply women menstrual hygiene products in India. And I also, alongside with other UIA members, did a Bethlehem Haven Women's Shelter drive.
COVID care packages were developed by most of these kids to provide for shelters, as well as sanitary hygiene was provided, menstrual hygiene, education to adolescent girls, and along with Global Pragati, we were able to provide sanitary napkins to adolescent girls. And at this time, realizing the need for PPE in Mumbai during the COVID pandemic, EKAM Arkansas has actually done a mindfulness webinar workshop to raise funds and donate this. And successfully, you can see that these funds were provided much needed PPE in Mumbai. And this is the EKAM Foundation's work in India for the EKAM USA support for all the chapters for the COVID relief that was done. We've tried to take care of the artists that don't have jobs, elderly patients, kids affected by COVID. And each chapter, like Seattle, has taken care of Hero District grocery donation. And you can see different chapters supporting the different districts. The homeless population, as well as the equipment for the hospitals in their districts were provided by each of these chapters. You can see the multiple chapters that have done projects during this time. And along with the partners, Cognizant Foundation and ICAR, as well as Give India, EKAM Foundation was able to provide this $1.2 million PPE effort across 6 states. So we are so thankful for this partnership. Now, we did not forget our regular activities, and these are the children that actually had hearing implants, but could not afford the battery support for them either. So EKAM was able to raise funds, and we continue to support the medical treatment for children, as well as equipment such as oxygen monitors, suction systems in the hospitals that were being overwhelmed during COVID pandemic, and provided equipment as well as maintained the continued monitoring and treatment of mothers in need. and each chapter raised their own funds, and Caring Crowd is the platform that you will see. So what have all these kids have done with this? They have been recognized for their volunteering hours through the President's Office. 44 volunteers have done 5,500 hours across chapters by working for tutoring, mask making, and different kind of activities that got them hundreds of volunteer hours. And all of these kids, we are so proud of them for achieving this. These are some of the benefits you can get. And now we will move on to Aruna Vatsavai for her to be able to give well, I think we kind of, she may not be able to join, but we have the finance update here. Since 2016, as I said, we've grown exponentially. You can see the numbers going up. The first bar is the funds that we've raised, and the second bar is what has been sent to India for the work that's being done there. And we are proud to say, due to Aruna Vatsavai's work, we can say 100% of our work is done voluntarily, and she counts every penny that comes in and comes out. And we are able to send all of your donation, 100% of your donation to India. And in 2020, you can see because of COVID, we've seen such generosity, and all this work only able to be done because of the volunteers and the donors. And we have sent most of these funds, and you see the big difference is because we were able to do a ton of activities locally in the USA for COVID relief. That's why you see the difference in the funds here. And I would like to recognize every single donor that has done this for us. Whether it's $1, $10, $20, but our grant ambassadors deserve a special recognition. Dr. Usha and Amar Ramaneni from EKAM Pittsburgh are the grand ambassador level of $10,000 a year, and we truly appreciate you being with EKAM all this time and continuing to support us by doing local fundraisers, increasing awareness about EKAM in your community, and supporting us. And Drs. Kiran and Shankar Sanka, we are ever so thankful for your continued support to EKAM as well. We have been able to do a lot of work with your support. And Mr. Nick and Mrs. Yuling Panyamurthy, you have been with us and inspired by Dr. Sai's work, and you have supported us as a grand ambassador. Thank you very much. And sustaining grand donors, Dr. Uma and Mrs. Sita Varanasi from EKAM Bakersfield. You are been such a motivation and inspiration for us to continue doing this work with all your support and unquestioning belief in what EKAM can do and connecting us with more donors and volunteers. So this is a shout out for everybody out there to please join us in this effort. A special thank you to Mr. Venkat Padi from IQVIA for providing a $10,000 grant to EKAM through his company by promoting EKAM and its work and obtaining this for us. This grant is being used for a livelihood project to provide livelihood for different kind of activities that are being done in addition to medical support by EKAM. So please visit our website at ekamusa.org and donate to EKAM is a URL you can use, and you can support us for all of these activities and more. A sustained donation of $20 a month or $31 a month, $1 a day, or any amount every month is of course valuable in providing support to all of these continued activities. You can even do Amazon Smile, and there are different options that you can have to be able to do this. And of course, EKAMOneness.org is the EKAM Foundation's website. Again, based on the values of EKAM, and self-obsolescence is losing one's identity, and EKAM is oneness. So we all come together in making this happen. So we need your support as volunteers. You can join us as a youth volunteer with this tiny URL at EKAM USA, or as an adult volunteer, whatever your talents are. We would love to do that. Now, all this could not have been possible without the Caring Crowd that you heard so much about. The platform by Johnson & Johnson is a crowd sharing platform which does not charge fees and actually gives us matching. So we have been able to do double the work from your donations because of this partnership with Johnson & Johnson. Please go to the website ekamusa.org, ekamuk.org, or ekamOneness.org, because we need your support for donation as well as volunteering. You'll find the volunteer forms on the left side, the youth volunteer form and the adult volunteer form. These are universal. So if someone wants to sign up to become an adult volunteer, if you go to tinyurl.com/ekamvolunteer, we can direct you to UK or US or India, wherever you're located, it will direct you there. So please put in your talents, and same thing for the youth ambassador, although at this time it's mostly for USA. You can choose to donate directly with any of the ways that are given with the tiny URL or just on the website of the respective organization. A continued monthly support is well appreciated. And we just need you to be continuing the work and join us in this great effort that was started by Sai.